I offer my unlimited obeisances and the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Bhikshu Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pai, and so to the Satyashree Srimad, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. And the same unlimited obeisances and the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Bhikshu Gurudev, Om Vishnu Pai, and so to the Satyashree Srimad, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, to all of our disciplic succession and all the assembled devotees. So today is a most auspicious day for millions of fortunate persons around the world, including myself. This is the most important day of the year, the appearance day of Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pai, Astogita Satyashree Srimad, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. We've been having very beautiful festivals over these last 2 weeks, beginning from Jivan Yatra and then Srila Rupa Goswami's disappearance day. Srila Gurudev explained Yam Kali Rupa Sarira and Dharma. What would have happened if Sri Rupa Goswami didn't come? The world wouldn't know about the different kinds of bhakti, the false bhakti, the mixed bhakti, the real bhakti, the rasas. He introduced them, he explained them, and he gave them through his teachings and disciplic succession. Then, Srila Gurudev explained what would have happened if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hadn't come. We wouldn't have had that most rare jewel of Anat Odvalasam Bhakti Sriyam. And what would have happened, as Gurudev explained yesterday morning, if Krishna hadn't come? There would be no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there would be no Rupa Goswami, there would be no Balaram, there would be no Sukadeva Goswami, who Radha and Krishna ordered to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. There would be no existence. And similarly, if our Srila Prabhupada hadn't come, where would we be? We were all hippies and drunkards and atheists, and he brought to us the sublime knowledge of all the Vedic literature. Not only did he turn those hippies into happies, but he turned those hippies into assistants in his producing his 30 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam, his 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, his Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Nectar of Instruction, which is his translation of Srila Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita, and so many other very beautiful transcendental literatures. Not only did he make those hippies happy, but he took those hippies and taught them, even in their hippie days, how to carve Lord Jagannath. He even took a thief, my god sister Malati, who had stolen a little Jagannath deity from a hippie store in Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. And when she showed Prabhupada this small deity, he said, "Are there any more?" And she said, "Yes, there's a whole barrel full." And he said, "No, I need different ones." She said, "Yes, there are 2 different ones." He said, "Get them." So she got them in her own way, and her husband carved these, and he engaged another hippie in building the rock part, and they had a very beautiful Rath Yatra festival, where many thousands of people attended. He introduced to us the word prasadam, taught us how to make prasadam, and in that first Rath Yatra festival, they distributed prasadam to 10,000 people. So Srila Prabhupada created festivals all over the world in all the major and minor cities. Srila Gurudev has often explained Srila Prabhupada's mantra, Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschitya Deshikarane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pucharane. That he has spoken about many times. And sometimes he explains the second part of that mantra, Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschitya Deshikarane. Although he didn't ever body was, or a near Vishesh body. At the same time, we all thought we were God, and we all thought that God was zero. So Srila Prabhupada, by his teachings, by his books, he not only introduced the terms, but then he defeated them and turned us into personalists. Even before his book came out, when he was giving lectures at his first temple at 26 Second Avenue in New York City, when most of the devotees who still had their long beards and hippie clothing and hippie habits, as they were hearing Srila Prabhupada's morning Chaitanya Charitamrita class, they had big gray blankets over their heads like tents, and they were under the tents. And still Srila Prabhupada was giving a very beautiful teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Srila Sanatana Goswami, where he explained the opulence of Krishna and the sweetness of Krishna. How Krishna takes birth in one universe, and the next second he takes birth in the second universe, which is the second of the first universe, and the third second he takes birth in the third universe, which is the third second in the first universe, and the second in the second universe. And this way, for 125 years, Krishna is taking birth in so many universes. We learned from Srila Gurudev that our Srila Prabhupada is actually traveling with Krishna and all of his other associates through the various universes, and he's also traveling with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the various universes. So even before Srila Prabhupada's books began to come out, when he was speaking to us hippies at 26 Second Avenue, he would give very beautiful examples to defeat the Mayavadi philosophy. For example, he would say, the Mayavadis give an example that when water is filling up in a jug, it makes a sound, and then when the water is filled up, then it becomes silent. So the Mayavadis say there's so many things to talk about until you become fully self-realized, and then you become silent. So Prabhupada's response was, if you want to give an analogy, you have to give many similar points. Am I a water jug? The living entity is an animate person. The rock is also silent. So what is the benefit? It doesn't mean that it's self-realized. He said, if you ask the Mayavadi, why are you suffering? You say that you're God, but I see that you're suffering like the hogs and the dogs. And they reply, oh, that is my Leela. So Prabhupada would say, you may be that God that has that kind of Leela, but we worship that God that's Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Srila Prabhupada printed, published, translated, purported Sri Isopanishad and distributed millions, each printing 150,000, 300,000, millions distributed in 50 languages all over the world, where Prabhupada is completely defeating the Mayavadi philosophy as the mouthpiece of Srila Vyasadeva. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purna Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. The Mayavadis say that absolute truth is now non-existent because he's become everything. We are also God, so we forgot that. And when we become self-realized, we become that God again. But now that God is not existing as God, but he's just everything. So Prabhupada, as the mouthpiece of Srila Vyasadeva, defeats that. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. Because he's completely perfect, so many units emanate from him, like this cosmic manifestation, which are completely equipped as a complete whole. Although so many complete units emanate from him, he's so complete that he remains a complete balance. And Prabhupada told us, you may take a piece of paper, rip it up and distribute it everywhere. The whole paper is gone. But the Supreme Absolute Truth is so complete that it remains the complete balance. 1 + 1 = 1, 1 - 1 = 1. Then a few verses later, Ane Jadekam Maniso Jiyo Nanya Deva Abdivam Bhuvam Shant. That absolute truth, although located in one place in its own planet, he can overcome all others running. He surpasses all in excellence, and he controls those who supply the heat and the rain. Then in Prabhupada's beautiful Chaitanya Charitamrita, he also manifested his being Nirvishesha Shunyavadi plus Chaitanya Deshikarne. He gave us the beautiful Chaitanya Charitamrita with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's liberation of Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we say that the absolute truth is impersonal. Even though all the Vedic mantras confirm that the absolute truth is a person, all the Mayavadis like you don't take the direct meaning. They take an indirect meaning and thus concoct that he's impersonal. Then Sri Prabhupada quotes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying so many Shastric slokas like Vishnu Shakti Param Brahma, explaining that the Supreme Lord has three powers, unlimited powers, but Brahmanic are three. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you're saying that that Supreme Lord with all those unlimited powers has no powers? You're saying that Bhagavan who has six opulence is impersonal and void with no opulence and no power? And thus, through the mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through his own mouth, and through the mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada was the mouthpiece of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami for millions of Westerners and Easterners and even Indians who were not fortunate to come in contact with the mission of Srila Gurudev and his Guru Maharaj. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada also, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschitya Deshikarne. In Kapila Dev's teachings, Prabhupada translates by his causeless mercy, using who? Using hippies, who he made happy. Translating Kapila Dev's teaching to his mother, explaining Nirvana. Everybody in the Western world thought of Nirvana as the Sunyavad, the zeroness of the Buddhists. But Srila Prabhupada translates Kapila Dev that Nirvana means when the mind becomes free from all material contamination and it becomes merged in the oneness of the Lord, just like a flame. So Prabhupada explains in the purport, introducing all of us hippies, atheists, drug addicts, drunkards, with the Acharya's commentary to the Bhagavad-Gita of Sridhar Swami, of the Vaishnava Tosani by Jiva Goswami, of Saraswati Darshini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and quoting them and giving us the seed of our relationship with them. He explains that when a flame goes out, it's not lost, it's conserved, conservation of energy. So when the mind becomes free from all material contamination, it becomes conserved in the service of the Lord and becomes one. How? One with the Lord's desire. No more independence, but fully surrendered to the Lord's desire. So I'll sum up now and say that Srila Gurudev explained that although Srila Prabhupada established so many temples, gurukulas, so much prasada, so many books, his real identity is not that he is the founder, acharya of ISKCON. His real identity is that he is in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami to give us Gauravani Vicharne. I asked, with one last point, in 1993, I asked Srila Gurudev that because of my offenses towards Srila Prabhupada, I feel that there's a great wall between us and I can't approach him. And I have a perception of him that he's so high and so far away. I'm completely lost from his touch. So how can I see him in a new and more intimate way? Gurudev, I haven't committed so many offenses to you yet. That was in 1993. Now I've committed many offenses. So I feel more close to you. How can I see Prabhupada in that intimate way? So he said, here's the definition of Prabhupada. Prabhu means the Supreme Lord. So the Supreme Lord is divided into two, Krishna and Radha. And Radha is the greater part, the sweeter part. So Prabhupada means one who's at the lotus feet of Prabhu, leaning towards Srimati Radhika. And what is Jaya Prabhupada? Not all glories to you out there, you great soul, who has nothing to do with me, all victory to you. But Srila Gurudev kindly explained the meaning of Jai. Jai means victory, and when there's victory, there's defeat. Who should be defeated? My mind, my senses, my material intelligence, my lust, anger, and greed. So when I pray Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaja to Jai, that means please conquer. I beg you to please conquer over my mind, my senses, my lust, greed, and anger, and make them all yours. Just like when one country conquers over another, it makes it fully theirs. Lord Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. I'd like to offer my respectful obeisances, unlimited time for my heart, to my Dikshya Guru, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, my dear friend. And second of all, I'd like to offer my heartfelt obeisances to my Shikha Guru, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Narayan Maharaj, my big brother. I'd like to glorify Srila Prabhupada for my own purification. His glories are unlimited, and so a conditioned soul like myself, I can't even touch the glories of Srila Prabhupada. But I'd like to try, because he'll purify my heart, and actually there's nothing sweeter for my tongue than to sing the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Today is Mathura. And today is the day that Krishna gives gifts. He gives many, many gifts today. So in this form, as Satinandan Gaurapati, we couldn't think of anything more precious gift than Sri Guru. As Gurudev says, Krishna Kripati Anandamati. Vinajana Karuna Nidam Patita Tavan Krishna Kripati Anandamati Sri Gurudev. So Srila Prabhupada is Sri Gurudev, Krishna Kripati, condensed blissful personification of Krishna's Kripa. And how is that? Which Kripa is this? Gurudev also explains he gives Sadhan Bhakti, Bhav Bhakti, and Prem Bhakti. Which Prem Bhakti does Srila Prabhupada give? He gives Braj Bhakti. And which kind of Braj Bhakti can Prabhupada give? He can give the highest Bhakti, the highest Prem Bhakti, Mathura, Radha Dasam. He kept it very hidden. And later, he kept it very hidden, but he has the power to give. One time, Srila Prabhupada in Russia, he was asked, why did Prabhupada not give Braj Bhakti? And Gurudev said it's because no one wanted it at that time. But he has the power to give. So Srila Prabhupada, why can he give? Because who is Srila Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada boldly declares that he's Rupa Nuga, that he's come in the line of Rupa Goswami. So who is Srila Rupa Goswami? Rupa Goswami is none other than Srila Manjari. So Srila Prabhupada also is following in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami. He's also a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. So he naturally, self-manifesting in his heart, he has this Madhurya Rasa that the same as Sri Rupa has. And he can give this to anyone who wants it. So there was no more precious gift than this that Sri Krishna could send on this day. So he sent Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, what did he do? Nityananda, as we know, he broke open the dam of praying that had been given, that had been dammed up. And it was time that was damming up the praying. And Nityananda broke through because it was the time, the praying of love of God that Mahaprabhu had brought. And he spread it all over. He went door to door. He went singing, dancing. He was distributing Krishna praying door to door. But there was still another barrier, another dam. What was that? That was the boundaries of India. It was still contained within the boundaries of India. So Krishna sent Srila Prabhupada. He took the instructions of his guru. The guru's bhakti was the beginning, middle, and end of bhakti. He took the order of his guru on his head, and he set out by himself to break the dam and take the Krishna praying all over the world. And he made a platform, and on this platform he sang, he danced, he gave Mahaprasadam, he spread this Krishna praying all over the world. He took it to every town and village. He picked us up out of the gutters of America, the gutters of Africa, even some of the gutters of India. You know, and he said, okay, there's no material barrier in bhakti. You just chant Hare Krishna, you follow the instructions of Rupa Goswami, and you too can go back home, back to Godhead. And he said, what is our home? Our home is Vrindavan. My home is Vrindavan, your home is Vrindavan. You should make your heart Vrindavan. And he also said, everyone is welcome to come to Vrindavan. I encourage everyone to come. And anyone who can stay here permanently and become Vrindavan, that is very inspiring. They should do. So Vrindavan doesn't mean just someone that lives on the net of Maya of Vishyaman Vrindavan. It means the mood of a Vrindavan. And Rupa Goswami did that. And Prabhupada in the line of Rupa Goswami, he was making the platform so we could all start to go up, up, up. So eventually we could go back home, back to Godhead. And on this platform, what did he do? He danced. He brought Lord Jagannath out of Puri. And he took Lord Jagannath and he danced himself down the streets of London, down the streets of New York, down the streets of San Francisco, just emanating with bright bhakti rasa. This is what Prabhupada did. But he had very little time. His time was short. But he had made a platform. So what did he do? He begged his friend, Srila Gurudev, to come on that platform. And on that platform, now Srila Gurudev is also singing and dancing. And he's like, he's doing like this. And what is the saying in Chaitanya Bhagavat? That personalities of this caliber, their mere existence in the world vanquishes all inauspiciousness. Their dancing purifies the earth. Their glances purify all directions, and their upraised arms purify even the heavenly planets. So Prabhupada and Gurudev, they're dancing and purifying and vanquishing all inauspiciousness. We're so fortunate. So I pray at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada that I can just become one day qualified to assist him in his service to Sachinanda Gaur Hari, in his service to Radha Krishna Kartiko. Please make me qualified. Please make me qualified.
Hare Krishna. There's a verse of the David. Yasya deve PureBhakti.Tv Nagaro. Tasyate Katitatyarta Prakashate Mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in the Lord and the spiritual master of the knowledge of the Vedas revealed. I was thinking about this in relation to the work I'm doing in PureBhakti.Tv by the mercy of Srila Narayan Maharaj. He's giving me so much insight into how to serve Srila Prabhupada. And so in PureBhakti.Tv, Gopal Kumar, in the second volume, Gopal Kumar is going from different planet to planet. He goes to Swarga, and in Swarga he's serving Lord Vamandev very, very sweetly. He's serving him just like Indra does. For Indra, Lord Vamandev is his younger brother. Then he goes to Maharaja and he serves Yogeshwar. And in each place, he's overcome with love for these different forms of the Lord. In Satyaloka, he swoons when he sees Mahavishnu, and Lakshmi Devi herself hugs him. And so, but I asked at one point, Maharaj, I said, so Gopal Kumar is going to these different places, and he's actually serving the Lord. He's serving Vamandev. He's serving Yogeshwar. He's seeing Mahavishnu. But it explains that when he comes back to this earth planet and meets his Guru in the beginning of the 4th chapter, then by the mercy of his Guru he develops prema. And he goes to Vaikuntha. And then from Vaikuntha he begins another journey. But my question was, how is it that he was serving his Guru? I mean, he was serving the Lord, but he didn't develop prema. And so he explained that there's Ashaya Vigraha and Vishaya Vigraha, the object of worship and the worshipper. And you get prema from Ashaya Vigraha. You're able to obtain it. And so Gopal Kumar, even though he was serving the Lord, he may be serving the deities, but he hadn't attained that. And so then, but although Lakshmi was able to give it, Lord Shiva was able to give it, he was actually meant to receive it from his Guru Narayan, and he was actually meant to attain Braj Bhakti. So, by the grace of his Guru, when he returned, then he attained prema. Now, this is the idea. It is by the grace of the, it says, yes, God, so it's like we cannot serve the Lord without the grace of the spiritual master. Only by the grace of the spiritual master can our love for the Lord begin. And so this is because the spiritual master is the incarnation of Krishna's mercy. And we're seeing this, I can see it so much with Srila Prabhupada in my life. Just like Srila Bhakti-Prabhupada Maharaj was praying that that when Krishna appeared, he's Raj. Krishna is the Lord of all Rasas. He was experiencing, he was demonstrating his leelas for the benefit of all conditioned souls. But I wasn't here. When Lord Chaitanya appeared, Lord Chaitanya liberated the whole universe. But I wasn't here. I somehow missed it. And only by the grace of my spiritual master was I able to understand the glories of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and was only able to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's only by the grace of our Guru, who is even greater to us than Krishna, even greater than Mahaprabhu. He is their mercy incarnation. And so I was reminded of this just a couple days ago. A friend of mine wrote, reminding me of when Prabhupada was in Iran. I remember this time. It was evening, and we were Prabhupada was sitting on the balcony. It was very beautiful. Iran at that time in Tehran, it was the summer, it was Lord Balaram's appearance daytime, so it was this time. And Prabhupada said it was so beautiful, it was like blue Swarga. And so there was namaz on we were not far from a masjid, so there was namaz playing. And Prabhupada said, what is this? And so Sri Rishi was explaining that they're saying names of God. They're calling people to worship the Lord. They're saying the names of God, like Srila, things like that. And so Srila Prabhupada said that they should encourage the people in Iran to chant the names of Allah. And so Acharya thought, he said, but isn't the name of Krishna more powerful than the name of Allah? And Prabhupada looked at him and he said, are you asking me to be sectarian? And he said that actually when Lord Chaitanya came, he said there was no discrimination in the names of the Lord. That people should be encouraged to chant the name, whatever names of the Lord they know. And I was thinking of this, how merciful Srila Prabhupada was in distributing Braj Bhakti, that even in this Muslim countries, he was encouraging people, to become purified in their own ways. And they'll gradually come to a platform. And hopefully they'll be able to meet a bona fide spiritual master and then make advancement. Because it is only by the grace of the spiritual master that one makes advancement. But Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada was engaging us in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I was thinking, how is it that Srila Prabhupada was chosen by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to bring his message to the Western world, to fulfill the prophecy, that his message will be preached in every town and village. So how is it that Srila Prabhupada was chosen? Lord Chaitanya has many stalwart devotees. And so just like Srila Rupa Goswami, how is it that Rupa Goswami was chosen? Lord Chaitanya has so many wonderful devotees. But Srila Rupa Goswami understood the Manavishta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And therefore he was able to establish his mission in this world. Sri Chaitanya Manovishta. And so, in the same way, Srila Prabhupada, he understood the Manavishta of his Guru Maharaj. He understood, which is not different than Srila Gaurkishore Das Babu, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and all the way up to Srila Rupa Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this, because Srila Prabhupada understood this Manavishya, then he was able to establish the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. And what is this Manavishya of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Rupa Goswami explains this in the verse that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now in the Chaitanya Charitamrita we know that this is the fourth verse. Anyway, it's explained that this is the external reason. This is one of the the external reasons. But anyway, and then Radha Krishna Pranami, that one is the internal reason. So why is this external? Because Maharaja explained that this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. And what is it? It's Onato Chakarasam Swaman Krishna, as he explained so beautifully the other day. It is the Shobha, the Swaman Krishna, the Shriya, the Shobha. This is the mantra in Bhav. This is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. And so Srila Prabhupada understood this. This is also what he has come to give. In the very first page of Chaitanya Charitamrita, it begins with the Radha Bhagavan Vijayashan, and he has Tattava Vrindavana. This is one of Srila Prabhupada's favorite verses, in which he explains, in which Lord Chaitanya is explaining what is the topmost type of worship, that worship of the Vrajabandhus. And so Srila Prabhupada is keeping us in this line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's engaging us in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's engaging us in the preaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is the result? Yatha yatha gaura padara vinde vinde bhaktim punyarashati tatha tatot sarvati vidya kaspat radha padam mudoshatam purasati. That to the degree that we serve the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we serve him with love, to that degree, to the same degree, the love of Sri Srimati Radhika will appear in our hearts. And so this is the mercy of Guru.
I've never really spoken in front of a crowd of people like this. And I'm not a speaker like Narayan and Narayan and Abhindavajini. But what I was thinking about while everybody was talking was, I wanted to remember what it was like, what the atmosphere was like, what the temples were like when Srila Prabhupada was here on the planet. And what I was remembering was there was so much, it was such a wonderful atmosphere. The temples were so sweet, and the temples were so enlivened. The devotees were all so enlivened, and the devotees worked hard like anything. Even though they never hardly saw Srila Prabhupada, they would do things that were unimaginable for young devotees who had just come off the streets of America or anywhere else in the world. to tell one short incident. I did have the opportunity of associating with Srila Prabhupada for 3 months in Los Angeles in 1972, and he gave Srimad Bhagavatam class every morning, and he was speaking on the prayers of Queen Kunti. I remember that. That was very wonderful. And after the class, there was always a kirtan. And Prabhupada wouldn't lead the kirtan, but somebody else, one of his servants, would lead the kirtan, and Prabhupada would play the gong. And those kirtans were so sublime and so heavenly and so ecstatic. And Srila Prabhupada wasn't even leading. He was just sitting there playing the gong, and one of his disciples was singing. And I remember one time, they were making every night Prabhupada would go into his garden during Bhagavad Gita class, during Gora Arti and Bhagavad Gita class. So they made arrangements that each of the different, because I was living in the Los Angeles ISKCON community, and there were a lot of devotees there. And so they were making arrangements that each devotee would get a turn to go into the garden while Srila Prabhupada was there. So I got my turn, and I remember I walked in, and Prabhupada was already there, and they were reading to him from Krishna book. And when I walked in, I felt like I just walked into this atmosphere of, I felt like I walked into a wall of purity. And I felt like the first thought that came into my mind was, if I even open my mouth in this garden, I'm going to ruin everything. I'm going to ruin the whole atmosphere. It was so incredible. One other funny incident that happened, there were the airport greetings. When Srila Prabhupada would come into the airport, hundreds of devotees would come. I had experience in Los Angeles. And Prabhupada would always be the last person that got off the plane. And so we'd be chanting and chanting and chanting, and everybody that was getting off the plane was thinking, oh, maybe they're glorifying me. You got that feeling, when people would see all the devotees chanting. And then finally Srila Prabhupada would come. But it was such an ecstatic experience. I've never experienced anything like it before in my life, the kirtan stuff that we had in the presence of Srila Prabhupada, and even without the personal presence. In San Francisco, we used to go every night to, in the evening, after an evening program, we would go out chanting again, after chanting all day on the streets. And there was one movie called Hair, and they chant Hare Krishna a little bit in it, and we would blitz it. We would go there for about 15 minutes, right when everybody was coming out. And it was like, as soon as everybody started coming out, the kirtan would start, the incense would be lit up, and it was like instant ecstasy. We were all in so much ecstasy, and we were all brand new devotees, maybe less than 1 year, all of us, practically. And we were experiencing ecstasy beyond our imagination. And that was all by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, because on our own we weren't anywhere near qualified. But also, I wanted to say that sometimes it's said that Srila Prabhupada didn't teach us the highest things. And in his lectures, he gave us a very strong foundation in Krishna consciousness. But if you read his books, especially Chaitanya Charitamrita, Upadeshamrita, you'll find very, very, very high things. And there's one other thing I wanted to say, which I'm not going to say fully because Srila Gurudev will get very angry with me. But we do have a possibility of understanding Srila Prabhupada's Swarup. And if anybody has any trust in Gaur Govinda Maharaj, I could tell you later, and we can verify it with Gurudev. But it's on tape, and it's something that Prabhupada Maharaj spoke in Gambhira during Rath Yatra time one year. And that word he revealed his Mandari Swarup to Prabhupada Maharaj. I guess that's all. I'm not a good speaker. But I
I never have anything to say, so don't worry. It's short. But I was just listening to everybody speaking and telling about how Srila Prabhupada had come or been sent also by his Gurudev, Bhakti Saraswati Prabhupada. But it wasn't just that he was sent. Also, others were also sent. Maharaja had also been sent with other devotees to other Western countries. But what I find personally, what hits me in my heart, is that when Srila Prabhupada came, if we look in Srila Prabhupada's past history before he came to see us, we can see that his way of presenting Krishna consciousness was in one way, because he was dealing with people from a country that already knew so much about Krishna consciousness. And he had even written an introduction to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think it's 40 pages long, where it goes so much deep even into who Radharani is and everything. But this is only can be understood by an audience that's already had some understanding of what Vaishnavaism is. But then when he came to the United States, and we all have heard so many parts of the Leela of what he had to go through. But he came, and he was inspired. He gave to us what we could actually swallow. If he would have given it in a different way, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. But he was able to understand us. He was able to interact with us. And in that way he could say, oh, I should present the same thing in a different bottle. Just like Drew did many times. Same wine, different bottle. So this is what I was able to digest. This was what was able to attract me. Of course, one time in New York, I did go to the temple, still but I went to the temple, and Srila Prabhupada was sitting on the Vyasa giving a lecture, and he says, it's so hard for somebody over 24 years to change. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks. And I was 24. And I would say, will I ever be able to even understand any of this? Here even Srila Prabhupada is telling me that it's very difficult for you to understand all this, to change your ways. But by his mercy and by helping me out, I was able to understand somewhat. And he was able to put something into my heart. And then I thought I was a very clever person. So when I met Gurudev for the first time, actually I met him in '86 over here with other devotees. But then when I actually met him in Houston, and I thought I was clever, I came up to him and I said, oh, please give me Srila, the pure name. And he looked at me and he knew I was a Prabhupada disciple, and he says, oh, he looked with those eyes, you just want to get down. He says, you already have it. And I said, oh, I said the wrong thing. So I've already been given this, but I can't feel it. I have no way to feel it. It's already in my heart. It's so difficult for me to actually feel it. So Srila Prabhupada, knowing my insensitivity, has also sent Gurudev to wake me up and make me understand what is already in my heart. What this name, but it's a special name. It's not just Hare Krishna mantra, but it's this name that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also brought. And already been explained by Manjari Devi, of what he's actually trying to give us. He's put in this Hare Krishna mantra what he wants to give us, and we don't even know it's there. So we need someone else. Oh, please clear my mind, clear my senses, so that it can manifest someday within my heart also. So on this day, the appearance day of my Diksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada, and also taking refuge in my Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Narayan Maharaj. I thank you very much for letting me speak.
Understand, Guru Tattva is a very deep tattva. It's actually an infinite tattva. You can go on and on expressing deep realizations about Guru. I just want to say real short about tattva. This is two experiences with Prabhupada I had. I had the fortune of having association with Prabhupada in the West, and Prabhupada in India, which was almost like in the West, he was very much of all everyone Indian, he was very relaxed. Anyway, I'd like to offer my abundantly to Prabhupada and say that when I first joined the temple in New York, at that time it wasn't 26th Avenue, it was in Brooklyn. And when I first came to the temple, I met two devotees there. I met Narayan Maharaj and I met Chandrani Devi. And Chandrani Devi gave me a book. And he gave me a book. So I was introduced to Prabhupada that way. And outside I had association with another devotee. So to understand Guru, it actually comes through devotees and with friends. Actually, you see Chamarani, Radhakishore, Padmanabh Maharaj, all these devotees were at time in Brooklyn. And that's through the friends of all these different devotees, I came to actually be introduced to Prabhupada. When I first joined the temple, what happened was, in the early morning, we used to get up. They used to be like the races, who would be the first to be in the temple to see the deities. They'd open the temple. So that morning, when we heard the Prabhupada was coming, I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I raced down to the temple, and we were chanting outside, waiting like that. And then they opened the doors and they came up and stood by the altar like that. And when you stood by the altar, everybody was waiting for Prabhupada to come in. And when Prabhupada finally came to New York, to Brooklyn at that time, came to Brooklyn, he opened the door and the Prophet came in, there was this explosion. Very powerful explosion for Prabhupada. And I was always amazed by that explosion, that light. Everybody was so amazed by it. Even there was one policeman in New York at the time, Brooklyn, saw Prabhupada walking the street, and he said, "Oh, who's that man?" And they said, "Why?" He said, "Because he's glowing like a light." So I was always amazed like that, Prabhupada's effulgence. That was the first time I ever saw Prabhupada. He came in like a huge effulgence, and then he walked up to the front of the altar, and I was standing in the front of the altar, and then Prabhupada was going to get to the basins, and I noticed Prabhupada only came up to here up to me. So, amazing, amazing that he was such about 5'1", something like 5'2". Anyway, then after that, Prabhupada went and sat down on the vyasasana, and he had this booming, lying, hurt voice. I didn't know how powerful it was. That was the first time I ever saw Prabhupada. And then from that, I started getting my service to Prabhupada. But understand, Prabhupada, I never really started to